As long as a person is in the air, that parachute feels like nothing less than God to him. But as soon as he lands, that parachute starts to feel like a burden. It's the truth, but it's bitter. Listen, as long as you keep bowing down before someone and remain useful to them, they will consider you their own and someone special. But as soon as their need for you is gone, you will start to feel like a burden to them. If you didn't catch that, listen to it again. Most of us know the exact sinking feeling this describes. You step up to help a boss hit an impossible deadline, support a mentor through a transition, or carry a partner through a crisis. You do the heavy lifting, assuming you've cemented a real bond, only to find yourself quietly pushed out of the inner circle the moment the pressure subsides. This friction stems from how we assess our relationships. We habitually mistake utility value, how useful we are in a specific moment of need, for intrinsic human worth. We interpret praise and proximity as genuine respect. In reality, the other person is often focused entirely on the specific function we perform to solve their immediate problem. Distinguishing between being loved and being used is a harsh process. However, internalizing this logic offers a necessary shield, helping to identify where emotional energy is being poured into people who view others as disposable assets. When someone is in freefall, facing career ruin or emotional collapse, their perspective narrows to survival. In that state of panic, anyone who steps in to arrest the fall takes on an almost mythical importance. This creates a powerful psychological projection. The person in crisis experiences intense relief and projects the magnitude of that relief directly onto the helper. They value the solution to their terror rather than the individual providing it. To maintain this special status, the helper often falls into a pattern of bowing down. This dynamic requires a constant prioritization of the other person's needs to ensure the illusion of a deep bond remains intact. This carries a significant cost. The helper must sacrifice their own boundaries and time to keep the other person's discomfort managed. This bond functions as a transactional contract, operating under a thin veneer of mutual affection. As long as the helper fulfills the contract by remaining perfectly useful, the position is secure. Perceived value rests entirely on an absolute submission to whatever the situation requires. Then the crisis resolves. Their feet hit the ground. The moment the immediate need is fulfilled, the dynamic shifts. A parachute that just saved a life weighs 50 pounds. You cannot wear it to a celebration or carry it into your next chapter. The helper, once essential, is now an awkward obligation taking up space. This creates mental friction. The saved person is independent, but carries massive emotional debt, struggling to reconcile their new strength with the memory of needing survival. The helper becomes a living reminder of their past weakness, reflecting their vulnerability back at them. Erasing the debt through a total break in contact offers fast psychological relief. They effectively delete the obligation by deleting the person who holds it. This sudden discard has nothing to do with your actual worth. It is a defense mechanism used to avoid facing the memory of their own past weakness. It is worth auditing the circles you currently move in, identifying which of your personal and professional ties are built on this logic. Ask whether your seat at their table depends entirely on the problems you solve for them. If your absence would go unnoticed the moment your utility ends, then the relationship is built on convenience. The necessary step is to stop bowing down. Cease the accommodations designed to manufacture fake affection from peers who only value your output. Pulling back may cause these ties to break, which is painful in the short term. However, it prevents the long-term tragedy of spending a lifetime as a disposable tool for others. We are going to return to that initial recording. Now that we have examined the mechanics of utility value and transactional contracts, the weight of the words has changed. Fulfill the final command. Listen to it once more, using this new framework. As long as a person is in the air, that parachute feels like nothing less than God to him. But as soon as he lands, that parachute starts to feel like a burden. It's the truth, but it's bitter. Listen, as long as you keep bowing down before someone and remain useful to them, they will consider you their own and someone special. But as soon as their need for you is gone, you will start to feel like a burden to them. If you didn't catch that, Listen to it again.